Hey, stargazers. So I'm going to apologize in advance for the sound quality. We're going to Bluetooth in and not my home office, but in a different location, so we've got a lot of cavernous sound happening. So, are you loving the eclipse yet? Oh my God. So today is March 23rd. The eclipse is official on the 25th. Some things that are notable about this eclipse, if you haven't already experienced and seen it, is that a lot of people are going through all sorts of irrational relationship drama. Or rational. I mean, it may actually be very well justified. So for those of us who are not currently actively in relationships or experiencing these problems, the drama has been quite entertaining. If you are going through this, some things that I want to give you about this to understand is that right now, one of the things that we know with Saturn moving through Pisces, as it has been for quite some time, is that it's very much about accountability. So the thing about it is, if you just use keywords, Saturn we think of as things that are frozen, things that are rigid, limited, hard boundaries, and opaque. You can't see through them. So we don't typically think of Saturn as something that exposes things like we would with Uranus, right? But remember, in order to have accountability, you have to have transparency. And what Saturn in Pisces has done is it has made things transparent. Like, so you find yourself using words like shameless. These people are shameless. And, they have been. But also, too, well, Saturn's been moving through Pisces. There's been a lot of transparency. People are seeing very, very clearly what the real deal is in a lot of situations and a lot of people. So because of the transparency, hence the accountability. Now, with this particular eclipse in the sign of self versus other, relationship versus individuality, that transparency is definitely coming into play. And not making things any easier, the more driving factor here, even though it's an eclipse in Libra, one of the things that may be happening is you may be finding yourself confronted with self-examination. Who am I separate from this relationship, in this relationship? What does this relationship say about me and how I perceive and value myself, right? So relationships are fluid. They're not static. We can change and alter and tailor relationships as needed. Certainly people have been in sham relationships that are completely empty structures that just like these, a friend of mine runner calls them the McMansions, where the house is so nice and so expensive and the mortgage is so huge that from the outside it looks beautiful. But because he works for the post office, if you actually get up close to us and can look in the windows, there's no furniture in there. There's nothing, they can't afford anything else. So you could have a relationship like that. It looks great from the outside. Oh my God, that's fantastic. But if anybody were to actually look at what's in the house, they'd see that there's really nothing there. So with this particular eclipse, we're having these conversations with ourselves, and we may be trying to have them with our partners. Now, here's what I will say about dealing with other people. Remember, articulating our thoughts and feelings, especially for stuff like this, is very difficult. So people may seem completely like lunatics right now, like off the wall, like woohoo, like dude, what's wrong with you? And it may be that they're trying to articulate what they're feeling and seeing and trying to make sense of all of this stuff, like trying to put into words, right? And having difficulty with it. So they may sound more crazy than they actually are, only because they don't have the words to adequately describe what it is that they're trying to process and convey to you. So be gentle with yourself and be gentle with them, okay? Some relationships may come to an end, full-blown closure at this time, and depending on what's going on in your chart, this may or may not be a big F deal, right? This is a full moon eclipse. So with that said, there are a couple of things we can expect with the full moon eclipse with Saturn and Pisces. So one, transparency and accountability are big, big, big themes right now, especially in our relationships with other people. The other thing, because it's a full moon in Libra, we can expect other people to be very, very noisy and talkative. This could be good, this could be bad. If you need attention or you need visibility, right, or fame, or like you need to be elevated above the masses where people are talking about you, baby, we're talking about you. Good, bad, or indifferent, this full moon eclipse is going to bring it to you. So it's a little late now because we're 2 days before the eclipse to suddenly like get your act together and be a different person. But if you've been doing the right things all along, you can expect your name or your reputation to get a significant boost or elevation at this time. So use that energy and that lift wisely. You'll be able to ride this out. Now, the rule with eclipses is typically 6 months. before the ripple effect wears off. So we've got about a 6-month like window of ripples from this eclipse that we'll be dealing with. So you may have a 6-month run to work with this, whatever this full moon eclipse is bringing you. If it's good stuff, that's 6 months of, good PR, right? If it's not so good, then, it's going to be about 6 months before the dust settles and you can get back to, trying to clean up in aisle 3. Okay. Some other things that I just wanted to say about this particular eclipse, because it's a doozy. It is a doozy. So for those of you who are or not, the orangutans fan, 45, he's getting hit. You got to watch this. He is getting hit by this particular eclipse. Dead on. Pow, baby. Dead on that Mercury-Neptune square in his chart coming out of I think the 10th or 11th and the second house, which absolutely impacts and concerns his finances. So if you've been watching and following the news cycles, we know that come this week, like just in the next 48 hours, like the bill is due. He's got to pay the bill or they're selling his properties or he's going to jail. We're good with all of them, right? And this is all happening under the eclipse. So this is much bigger than people realize with this particular thing with New York and the New York fraud and needing to pay their bond and all sorts. This is huge. The other thing is with him is for those of you who have been listening to people, it's Leo rising, the hair, bite me, I am vindicated. Because he is Virgo rising, early Virgo rising, 0-1 degree Virgo rising, which makes Mercury his chart ruler, which makes this eclipse activate that chart ruler involved with that Neptune square in the second house, which is all his whole life has ever been, a big sham and fraud about money. Leo, rising my behind. Anyway, so there's that. And the other thing, and you guys really want to pay attention to this, it is said that as eclipses travel, they'll cast a shadow over certain parts of the globe as they pass by. And anytime it passes over certain nations, typically things get really agitated and there's a lot of unexpected upsets and huge dramatic turns of events in the nations or the areas where the eclipse shadow falls, okay? And you can go back and take a look for this. I don't have time to do this right now. I'm going to get to work in a second. So this particular eclipse, this full moon eclipse that we're looking at is literally passing over North America. So we're definitely going to be feeling these eclipses. And the fact that it touches 45's chart and his chart ruler, which makes this hugely significant, and this is happening at the same time that he literally's got to pony up so many billions of dollars or give up his properties or go to jail or whatever this is. And nobody's loaning him the money. Nobody will give him money. And he cannot take it from foreign sources because then this becomes a national security risk, right? Because anybody loaning you, he doesn't pay anybody back, so it's a gift. Anybody loaning or gifting you that kind of money, billions of dollars that they know you're probably not going to pay back, you're in their pocket. You owe them, right? And that's exactly what you don't need. Our foreign people or more malevolent people having a debt bondage to our president, whoever it may be. So this is some big stuff, and this is all coming down in the next couple of days. Now, with eclipses, it is most active, my understanding is it is most active 3 days before, okay, which would be the 22nd through 25th, and then 10 days after. So we've got a 10-day window after the eclipse, which will take us to the 5th or 6th of April, when things are still kind of unstable because it's, the fickle finger of fate at play. So with that said, try to make any major important decisions, if you can avoid it, during this window from the 22nd to the 6th of April, because things are not moving in a straight line. The trajectory is not straight and true. There's a lot of diddling with the universe happening here. If you do find yourself in a position where something has happened or, this, that, or the other, just take a deep breath and woosah your way through it and let the dust settle after about 10 days and see how this actually kind of settles down and into place. So that's it. I wanted to share that with you. Very excited. Very excited. And we'll see you guys. It's already the 23rd. Good God, blink your eye and March went by. I'll see you guys in April. And just a quick update. Not that anybody cares. So one of my experiences for this month, because I'm on a Saturn return, is for first time ever, maybe even, or who knows, I might be batshit crazy. I fell in love for a hot minute. I really did. But there's a whole lot of things around this, so this, it's just not, you know, when you're older, life is more complicated. So there's genuine reason to believe that this is just not going to work, which is very, very sad. So I was really, really in a bad way at the beginning of the month. So I'm better now. And lots to talk about that. So with Saturn returns, also understand that Saturn returns are not always bad. Saturn returns are not always bad. So we'll see how things go, both in the external world and in my personal life. And I hope you're doing okay. Drop a hello or a comment or something in the comment section below, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.